It's
Yeah,
like,
I know. But you do avoid me often.
what do you think's more
And
important?
I realized that the other day, too. I was thinking about it, how I've kind of been under the impression that I've avoided you, just as I've avoided my higher self. But, like, you've avoided me as well, and why shouldn't that be the case?
Yeah, I agree.
When magnets aren't meant to, come together, right?
This ain't nut to
I said
butt, to
too
nut, my
polemic, but that's a
friend.
different
This
example.
isn't some kind of LGBTQ conversational club. This isn't nut to butt to nut, buddy. Like, I am here for self development and personal improvement. So, it's about, unfortunately, developing myself. And in the process, I hope that other people might get a clue that, they're the weather.
You think you're creating or cultivating and creating, or do you just think you happen to be catalyzing? I think those things can be very different. I think you can be a catalyst, and it can almost be seemingly unrelated, right? Like it should be the case that I could catalyze some event subsequently, right? It could be unrelated, other than just the bare bones of it. Like, I do X and that causes, Y, and down the road Z. But they may not have any other, like, identity relation on the surface of it, right? Like, whereas, like, if you're trying to cultivate and create something, I don't know, it seems more deliberate toward that end. I imagine you catalyze a lot.
Let me ask you a question.
I don't know that you're doing much to create.
Let me ask you a question, Harley Quinn.
Right?
Let me ask you.
John.
Let me ask you a question here.
We're really great if I could have finished that point. We really had to punch you in there.
Go ahead, repeat it. Get that punchy.
On a person's conclusion, it just makes them look like they've been gibberating the whole time.
Gibberating?
So
never saw that in these categories come up. Let me ask you a question. Describe to me putting together a plate of Thanksgiving food. And then tell me which item on a plate. And then tell me which item on that Thanksgiving plate.
I want to play. Can we do the play?
What item on that Thanksgiving plate is the catalyst? Go ahead.
The catalyst for what?
You were talking about catalysts, and I'm asking you to describe what is a Thanksgiving plate, on your plate, and what item on that plate, which food item would you consider the catalyst?
I think I could better get an idea, and we could shape it by way of understanding what it is that ends up being, like, catalyzed.
Well, you just basically gave me a bag full of items, and I'm trying to create a metaphor to basically tell you that, everything you're saying is somewhat pointless because it's the all, and unfortunately, you are discriminating, and therefore I have to say, your intellectual philosophical position is very tentative and at risk of falling apart instantaneously.
So what? I mean, I think I've asked more questions and maybe drawn a few, like, patterns that I've noticed, but I don't have any, like, hard conclusions here, It's just something I've noticed. It just seems to me that, like, it's a label or even a veneer to say I am here for development. But if I point to the room being empty, or if I just ask the simple question, are you trying to cultivate and create it, like, deliberately? Because then it would just seem that, to me, it would be the case that you would be all about the furnishing of the content of what it means to be developed or to develop oneself, instead of just simply reiterating and recapitulating the label, the category. This is self-development, right? Like, okay, but in virtue of what, other than just the assertion? Because it seems to me, like I was saying earlier, before you so rudely cut me off, is that if, as I said, I used to think that, I'm avoiding you, but I've more so recently come to the understanding that I think you've avoided me as well. I think there's a reason for that, right? Like, polar opposites, but, like, in a way, polar opposites have much in common for that, like, same reason. If you look at, like, archetypes and tropes, like literary tropes are like this. Give you an example. Do you, I don't suppose you watch, Well, are you familiar with like different tropes, like the empty hero trope, for example? That archetype. It's a somewhat modern label, but it's on a age old archetype. You familiar at all, even vaguely, John, with that?
No.
Yes, I think.
No, I never heard of it.
Well, it contrasts the Harlequin archetype quite well, because with the Harlequin archetype, it's almost seen as like a lower energy, a lower god that mocks from afar the institutions, the status quo, the powers that be. You're in the court, but you're a peasant, right? So there's this duality within the archetype, but it's a lower subversion, right? It's like you are a lower god that subverts as opposed to the high and mighty god that smashes and bulldozes his way through. And that's actually more so the empty hero, right? That's what I'm contrasting the Harlequin archetype with, the empty hero that sort of like modally, or like the avatar mode, right? You have this light switch on and suddenly this person is just like in a very two-dimensional way, just about the business, about the doing, about the action, about the flow state. And there's not like any more personality there, right? So it's a very like, it's kind of a flat archetype, but archetypes kind of are that way, right? Anyway, I just think it's interesting because I could consider that all this time I've been sort of floating around and wasting time in some of these debate rooms instead of just, up to hijinks like your dumbasses. And I could think that I've been denying myself all this time, all these years wasted on this app. But like at the same time, I think I've been doing the same work that you've been doing, just in a different way. Like, just as like you could oscillate from one trope to like the lower state trope of the Harlequin to like the higher state trope of the empty hero. Like it's all the same, really, in a way. So like you are me and I'm you, which is actually your original point. Boom! I just brought it home. Fuck you. Actually, no. Your original point was that everything is what? All? Or the all is... What was your original?
The all is now, and the now is the God.
Yeah, I agree.
All right,
I think God lives in the present. I think that's where we talk to God, if at all. And, I'm mostly just saying in your head, right? Because it's like the closest state of reflective conscious awareness, being aware of pre-reflective consciousness, which is just, to my understanding, like just even analytically, like linguistically, like broken and nonsensical. But like there seems to be this like flow state, right, where it's like you're aware of your immediate surroundings in a very Zen way. Can I get an amen, John?
Oh, I'm gonna give you something much better than amen. Because amen means truthfully, but I'm gonna give you certainty. Have you seen that movie Wishmaster?
I'm sorry, which movie?
Wishmaster.
I'm not.
Well, you should go on YouTube and watch it. It's just kind of funny.
All right, then I'll do that. Good day to you.
Oh, wait, I'm not finished yet. Oh, he left. Okay, Tara Q. Chavez. Our Harlequin has left us. Too bad. We weren't finished with the game. We were going to get to the Fool, but he decided to leave early.
You understand that?
I understand.
I didn't leave. I didn't leave. I didn't leave my country. I'm born here.
Yes, you're the son of refugees. Your parents fled the war, correct?
No.
No.
That's an assumption. That's an assumption you're telling us. Like the assumption you just made. And you again, and again.
It's a pretty logical assumption.
And again, you're wrong.
Oh, really? Why did your parents flee the Central African Republic?
I don't have to answer you.
No, you
Who
don't.
said that they? Who said that they did that?
Because the answer is obvious.
No.
Yes. Yes, it is.
No, York. Maybe you let other people speak a little bit.
All right, let's have other people speak. Go ahead.
I want to fellow, I want Canadian, a little bit, let other people speak. Candidate, why you're not my friend? Candidate, who are you?
We are friends, Amos.
No, I haven't seen. But now we are friends. No. Till now, only you ask me, but I don't know who you are. You want to remind me who you are, candidate?
I live in Chicago. My grandparents are Jewish. My father's Jewish. My aunt is Jewish. My uncles are Jewish. My cousins are Jewish.
And when do you come to Israel?
Last time I was there was 2017, maybe 2016. Tel Aviv. Stayed at the Dan Hotel.
Oh, you be smoking that for that weed. That's bad.
Gaza cheddar cheese.
That's bad. That real Tel Aviv weed.
I see. Well, if it helps you coexist in the now, well, then you're in the blessed state, the peaceful state. So, mazel tov.
So, Wyrock, what about this title? It was on coexistence. So, what was why did you come here? And we're not hearing an answer.
Maybe he needs more aid for his civil war from Israel.
Oh, here is Daniel. Long time I haven't seen Daniel.
Here comes the biggest Kahanis on the app.
Yeah. One of the most biggest in the clubhouse. It's true.
Excuse me, I wasn't there. Somebody was talking to me.
No, Wyrock, we were talking to Daniel.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, Machi.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Even to my favorite Hamasnik Amos. Shabbat shalom, Amos.
What about to the Kahanis from Brooklyn, Norman?
The honest.
To everyone, but especially to the Hamas supporters.
Hamas supporter. Not anymore. Darim.
Can you believe the chutzpah of these Hamas in the tunnels? They don't want to give up their weapons. They're in the tunnels and they want us to get them out of there, but they don't want to give up their weapons. It's kind of unbelievable.
I want weapons allowed in Israel.
We're talking about Gaza now.
I mean, it will quite be unfair if like Israel has weapons and
Wyrock, we're talking about Hamas terrorists in the tunnels right now.
Hey guys, could I just speak to Amos for 1 second? Sorry.
Go on.
Welcome to Connect.
Welcome to Connect. Amos, are you there?
Sexy voice like this.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Listen, don't say that. I just wanted to say, could you stop giving Samson mod, please? Because he keeps kicking me and my friends out from your rooms for no reason.
Samson, I never give Samson a...
He's been getting mod the past week, and I keep getting kicked out for no reason, and my friends keep getting kicked out too.
Okay, stay. Samson will come in a minute. I want you to come and to hear and to hear you. Why you think he kicked you?
No, honestly, I don't even comment. I'm just in the audience, and then suddenly he just kicks me, and he's the only mod
He's
besides
not
you.
allowed to. First, I add you back. No, everybody had me, I don't add them. I apologize. Second, I don't agree any moderator I give. It's a block. It's a rule. It's something like iron that nobody is allowed to block someone or so out from the room. Only
Yeah.
I allow the green to mute, or if people like Amora bothering so much, so we can put them down on the.
Yeah, no, he just keeps kicking people out, so please don't give him moderator again.
Okay,
Thank
I'm
you.
very regret you that you told me, but I would like you to stay and
Yeah, I'm gonna stay, but just don't give him
listen
mod,
to
please.
Samson what he has to say about it. I'm sure in 10-15 minutes he will arrive.
Okay,
As far
thank
as
you.
I know he will be here. And I like to hear his side, not only to say kick him. But
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, guys, continue.
Back to coexistence now.
Yeah, Grace. You have something to say about my country?
Heard a little bit. What did you have? What did you have to say?
Hey, El Normo, thanks for reading the Tanya earlier to me the other day. That was nice. Anytime El Normo just, wants to read Tanya, we can get closer to coexistence now.
Normal is not really
I
for coexistence.
Really? Did you think that I was hiring you to speak for me? Why, Rock, you're not smart enough to speak for me. We could talk about Central African Republic again, but when it comes to my relationship with the neighbors of Israel, I think you need to learn a little bit before you can speak for me. Anyway,
I learned a lot about the Israel.
Oh, good.
I learned a lot about that stuff. So let's talk about it.
Well, we're talking about the Hamasniks in the tunnels right now.
Let's talk about it.
We are. So the Hamasniks in the tunnels right now, inside the yellow line, I'm sure you know what that is. They want to come out of the tunnels, but they want to keep their weapons. And I was just from Amos mentioned it earlier on, and I just think that's the most chutzpahdik thing I've ever heard. I think it's hilarious.
by the way, in this opinion, everybody say the Hamasnik, like the Hamas. In this is I'm very, we say, I'm very, Victor Lieberman. The way he think about, they go out with their hands up, or to get them. That's all. We move them to Israel, investigate who are those people. Some of them are killing our soldiers today.
It's a funny situation, though, Amos. And I'm surprised Israel's not just killing them. But maybe we want to use.
Because you honor Majesty Donald Trump will not let Israel kill them.
You could be right. But how would
Isn't
he
it funny
even
how
know?
Amos has a coexistence? Yeah, it's like a people and kill them. Your Trump is not letting us kill them.
Yeah, I get you.
Amos on the newspaper, the Hamas
I get you.
released them. And Israel very stupid. If it was Bibi Netanyahu, they were already released. But it's good that they're still keeping them. They show even movies how they pray like this. As long as they keep the last body, especially the last keeping one body, everybody was sure that he's the soldier, Daniel, what is his name? The longest time.
You mean Gilad Shalit?
Golden. Hadar Golden.
There's also a person with mental issues.
Hadar Golden.
Oh, Hadar Golden, I'm talking. So he's
From before October 7th?
Yeah. He's 11 years he's in us.
From Tzuk Eitan.
And
This is a body or a person?
Israel know for sure that they know where he is.
No, they know where he is.
They know.
Of course they know where he is.
Yes.
That's the thing. From all the hostages, if there's one that they know where he is, it's Hadar Golden. He wasn't like buried during the war, or the person that did it is lost and no one knows.
Hello? Hello?
Hi. You want to read some Tanya?
Well, I have some Rumi. Do you want to hear some Rumi? It's just Rumi love poetry.
You got me into Tanya, candidate.
Well, my friend, my Jewish friend Max and his father have a business called Pronunciation Workshop, and they teach international speakers how to speak American English, and 80% of their customers are Muslims. And they absolutely love my friend's father, Dr. Gruber, who is a speech therapist. And I was telling him you should offer a course on poetry reading. And I like to think that what he does is actually hypnosis for his clients. But he teaches his clients how to speak American English. And anyways, I told him he should read Rumi. Then he was worried that Rumi might have, anti-Jewish stuff in there. And there could be, but this Love Rumi poetry book I have does not. But it's a really nice poem. I'll just read you a quick one. It's called Surrender. It says, "In love, nothing is eternal but drinking your wine. There is no reason for bringing my life to you other than losing it. I said, I just want to know you and then disappear. She said, knowing me does not mean dying." So it deals a little bit with the Shekhinah, like the feminine aspect of the divine or God, stuff like that.
Very nice, although a little morbid.
Well, can't make an omelet without.
I think that was a Bolshevik expression, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, the Jewish expression is split the pumpkin while it's boiling.
What's that expression from?
I have this book on Jewish folk tales, and also the made-up Yiddish word "fushta," which was used by
That's
Mel
exactly
Brooks.
what I thought. I thought it was Yiddish more than Hebrew.
Yeah, it's a Yiddish folk tale book.
Yeah, it is.
It's really interesting. A lot of interesting practices, like when to cut your fingernails, all kinds of weird little things to, I think they're like little Zen sentiments, like when you cut your fingernails, that's like a moment to be in the now, like the eternal now. Things like that, little things that this book points out, which are Jewish tradition or Yiddish or whatever, but
Or
interesting.
Bubamaitis.
What was that?
Does your husband like hearing Yiddish folk tales or like Yiddishisms from you, Grace? Does he find it interesting?
Does my husband?
Yeah.
My husband is a scholar. Of course he does. He laughs. I rarely use it. My father spoke Yiddish, so I'm used to it, only hearing it from him.
I rarely get to be in a room with Daniel since he blocked me. I'm so happy. I missed you. Mashallah.
Yesterday I davened with a whole bunch of Bubba's Hasidim. So they were all just talking away in Yiddish. It was kind of an unusual experience to be around, to be surrounded by Yiddish speakers.
Norma, I just asked my husband, and he said he likes it when I speak Yiddish.
I thought he would. I thought those old folky expressions they have similarities with expressions from Chinese.
My husband said no, they don't.
Oh.
That's his opinion. We don't know.
So Buttercup, if you're here, what do you think about my PTR?
Without lives, Palestine dies. I disagree, but it's a nice sentiment. Thank you for sharing.
I can't think of any alternative to that expression.
You know, Daniel and Normal, you always ask me to say something nice about Israel. I want to say that
I've never asked you to do that.
but Tamar Yerushalmi is a fucking national hero. She is so impressive. I think history's gonna vindicate her, and she's gonna go down as a hero. Huh?
Why
Hero? Why is she a hero?